Okay, there we go, we're better. But they don't take the save of what they did. Talking about shield drones, by the way. So they're still toughness 4, it's what they were last edition, or last book, but they don't take the save anymore of what they're guarding. So even on crisis suits, they're not great. They've only got a 4+ save and a 4+ invulnerable, so basically they got a 4+ all the time. And they still count against morale, they didn't change that at all. So shield drones, be careful with them. They're not, you don't automatically take them with broadsides anymore, because the cool thing about them was they were 2+ save, and they're like, cool. So that kind of hurts. Here's the thing though, you can take squadrons of marker drones, and since they're toughness 4 and have a 4+ save, and they're only 3 points, oh, and their jetpack. And their jetpack infantry. Jetpack infantry makes you relentless, so you're heavy 1. Doesn't matter about the marker lights. I'm pretty sure that marker drones will be replacing Pathfinders in most lists that need marker light support. They move, they are faster. Well, okay, moving faster, same thing. They're higher toughness and they have a better save in the open. Yeah, they're ballistic skill 2, but there are ways to get around that with marker drones, or drone controllers, that's what they're called. I mean, but that makes for a very expensive unit, but it makes for a very survivable unit, as you'll see later. If I remember, there's a lot of things I gotta remember. Anyway, units of marker drones. Evil face, that's what I wrote in here. Fun times. Alright, who's next? Farsight. Man, he's got the stats of a Space Marine. What is with this guy? This guy is awesome. However, I still don't like him that much because you are forced to take my least favorite Warlord trait. And especially with this guy. The reason you take this guy is you get his bodyguards and you just destroy things. Man, I just do not like that Warlord trait. His sword's still funny, it still makes me laugh. He's got a plasma rifle and a shield generator. Independent character, preferred enemy orcs, sporting fire. You know, it's not bad. Here's the thing that we've been talking about in my group that just makes us laugh. It's an obscene amount of points to drop into a unit. But what you do is you take a Farsight and you take a 7 bodyguards and you fit them out with plasma and missile pods and fusion blasters to taste, and you just go crazy with that. But you leave 1 bodyguard with only the what's it called? It's one of the signature systems, and I want to get the name right because there's the multi-spectrum sensor suit. Yeah, so basically you have 1 guy who's designated to never shoot. That gives your unit though ignore cover. Good times. And to make it even better, you tote around a Farseer and you just stick them in that unit, or you don't have to stick them in the unit, but stick them close that they're all twin linked now, and basically whatever you point this 8 crisis suit unit at is going to die. It's like, I point you at you. I point you at you. You're dead. You're dead last turn, so, you know, sit in your crater. These guys will kill whatever you want them to. However, it's an obscene amount of points, and it's very Death Starry. Another thing that you could do is you could attach Shadow Sun to them, and now they have a 2+ cover and cover because they have Stealth and Shroud, so it can be obscenely Death Star. But once again, you're running a Death Star, and that's just not good. I still don't like his Warlord trait. So Farsight, if you're going for a Crisis Suit army, take him. He's cool. I still like him. And he can totally hold his own in a challenge. I mean, holy cow, that's crazy stat line. So for, let's see here. His weapon skill 5. It's unheard of for Tau. That's crazy awesome. Strength 5. Toughness 4. 4 wounds. Be careful. Beware the strength 8. I don't care about your shield generator. Shield generator is a 4+ invulnerable save. He's initiative 5. That's insane for Tau. That's insane for Space Marines. Not for their captains, but, you know, for, you know, just general Space Marines. And he's got 4 attacks. With a 3+ save and a 10 leadership. So, I mean, this guy's a brawler. It's kind of a mix. It's a kind of a conflicts at battle rules. It's because he's good in close combat. He's better in close combat than he is in shooting, but you take his unit to just destroy something off the table. And that'll make you smile at least, if nothing else. Shadow Sun. I like Shadow Sun. I liked her before. I like her better now. I think she's awesome. She's pretty much the same. She's still got her 2 melta guns that can shoot at different units, and she had that last edition. It was still fun. The command drone is a lot better. That thing, instead of re-rolling, instead of, what was it before? It was use her leadership with things within 18. Now it's within 12, you pick something and they re-roll their 1. So that unit of, man, I gotta stop doing this. Stealth suits that you've accompanied all their extra shots are now slightly better. They're cool. I like that command drone. The shield drones have a 3+ invulnerable save, so they have 3+ all the time. It's pretty good. And they auto pass lookout sirs, which is pretty good. And then all stealth suits also have the swarm protector rule, which is the auto pass lookout sirs. So basically, Shadow Sun, you're good. Probably gonna be the last one to die. And her warlord trait's awesome. I like that 3d6 one, especially for stealth suits, because you gotta get out of there as soon as you shoot. Otherwise, you're gonna be hurt. It's gonna hurt bad. All right, On Va, the wonderful space pope, who's even got his own Pope mobile. He's got a great trait. He's got the one that, you know, he's got the one that I really want, where you just go to ground and then you just say, stand up, everybody get up, start fighting again. And he can do 2 powers. You know, meh, I don't really care that much. It's, I mean, I like the one that makes you shoot extra, but the other ones I'm like, yeah, whatever. What else did I say? The armor sucks. His armor sucks. And when I say, I guess I should clarify, his bodyguards are just going to get destroyed. Because remember, let's see here, let's read it. So his signature system, the paradox of duality. Whenever, En Va's unit. Oh, never mind, they're not that terrible after all. I totally take that back. But you do have to be careful with him, because he cannot join units. He's not an independent character. Unless I missed that too. No, he's not. So it's a 3 model unit. And they're all toughness 3, so they can all easily just die. Oh, they're 2 wounds for the guard. I didn't even see that. So what happens when you read your codex? It's fun stuff. Just be super careful with him because he still gives up extra kill points. His signature system is really awesome. I mean, if you ever get shot with AP1, you're like, you funny guy. You funny guy. The problem is when you get shot with bolters, it's going to hurt really bad. And they've got a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. 8 5+ saves. Ask guardsmen how many times they make those. So be super careful with this guy. People are freaking out over him because he can do 2 and he's got awesome rules. He dies really easy because he just doesn't have independent character and you can't hide him, and that's one of the great things about Ethereal. So be super careful with him. Let's see here. Long Strike. LOL, he hates guard. That's so funny. He's Ballistic Skill 5. It's pretty fun. And he can, what is it? He can overwatch with everything. And he doesn't give up an extra victory point for being a character. He's really expensive for what he does though, although he is, if you know you're playing guard, it is really funny. He has Tank Hunter too, right? I think that was the other thing that was really awesome about him. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, that's super annoying. Wait. Oh no, it's right there. Duh. Yeah, so he has Tank Hunter. So that's really great for anybody, because Tank Hunter lets you re-roll the armor pen result, even if it's a glance, which is shaky. But that's good. I mean, I like that. He's not bad. He's not great. I wouldn't auto-include him every time. Oh, and he's not limited to 1 Overwatch per turn, which is really funny. But, you know, honestly, you're not going to be doing that much with tanks. They just don't have the required shots to make it worth it. Who's next? Dark Strider. Where's my page for? Dark Strider. 5+ save. We've been over this. Just look at the last video, or earlier in the video. He can join Fire Warrior units, which is okay. Here's the cool thing about him. He's got rad grenades. That's kind of the standard for it because they came out with it first. So it's -1 to shots. And let's see here. When Dark Strider targets a non-vehicle unit with a shooting attack, that unit suffers -1 toughness. Good and bad. Good if they're within 18. Bad that they are in 18. Shame on you for not killing them sooner. I know it's not possible, but it's still fun to say to people. So it's only an 18-inch range with this gun, but remember, it's a shooting attack and he has a marker light. So technically, it's as far as 30 inches for the rest of the guys. And that just makes me giggle. He's actually the only really good one with the Overwatch. He gets to retreat D6 in a direction after the unit fires Overwatch. But as someone pointed out to me, remember, they have to fire Overwatch. So I think it was Khorne Berserkers can deny Overwatch or something like that. I don't actually know. I haven't really looked at Chaos that much. But you have to Overwatch to do that. So be careful with that. The -1 toughness doesn't work for Overwatch, which is kind of funny. Anshi, the super awesome Jedi Ethereal. I like this guy for nostalgia reasons because he was in the first book and then they took him out and now he's back and I'm like, yeah, it's that guy, I remember him. Here's the problem, he is a close combat character for a shooting army with terrible stats. So, and he still gives up the extra kill points, he's an Ethereal. He has no save. Oh no, he has a shield generator, so he has a 4+ save, but he's only toughness 3, so beware the strength 6. And honestly, his close combat isn't that great. It's like, ugh. Yeah. Rending with strength 3 is not awesome. Rerolling failed armor saves is not the best way to conduct a close combat character who's only strength 3. I like him. I like that he brought him back. I will probably not use him for many a moon. Many a moon. Alright, let's see here. So on to the weapons. Recruit rifles, AP5, but we lost our extra attack for close combat. Makes me sad. Makes me very sad. I'm not going to go over every weapon. This is kind of the ones that just stood out to me because this video is already very long, and by the time I was doing this, it was already very long anyway, and I didn't want to write anymore. So, sorry. The airburst fragmentation projector is a barrage. I don't remember if it was last turn. It ignores cover. It's AP5 though, so it's like, yay. I mean, the barrage is good because you can start sniping things from the center of the template, but that's about it. It's only strength 4. It's not, oh, but it's large blast, so it's good. Burst cannons are assault 4. That's fun. I like that. That makes me happy. Makes me smile. The heavy burst cannon is strength 6, AP4 with heavy 8. And it Nova charges to get hot. I just don't like that. It gets hot. Once again, I'd never take the burst cannon on the Riptide. I'd take the other thing. Fusion blasters. They're 18-inch melta-guns at strength 8. I mean, Dark Eldar have that same thing, but they're strength 6 for their melta. We're strength 8. Is it huge? No. Is it awesome? Yes. Because, man, you're getting close and you better survive anyway. Alright, what's next? Flip the page. Is that really where it was? Where am I? Paper, don't. Oh, wait, I wasn't even close to flipping the page. Anyway, the Groot gun, it's the same. They have sniper weapons. Still experimenting with that, so I don't really have a strong opinion on it, other than you're taking Groot, which I don't like too much. I'm trying it, though. I'm trying hard, man. I'm just doing the best I can. Ion weapons, they are a great source for strength 8. I like these. Strength 8 is totally worth the get hot rolls. Not so much for Pathfinders, because, you know, 5+ save. For the tanks, it's awesome. I would totally take it for, if you took an ion head instead of a railhead for your hammerhead. How many times can I say the word head in one sentence? It's totally worth it, because it's options. You're not forced to do it every time. Because especially if you're playing like guard or something, you probably don't want strength 8 anyway, because you don't really care. But if you're playing against demons or space marines or tyranids or things you can instant kill them with strength 8, it's totally awesome. I love it. It's totally worth it. And once again, it's options. And that's what I really wanted with this book. Because anybody who played 5th edition Tau know that there was one way to play Tau, otherwise you were just, you had to be really good to not do it. What am I at? Neuron blasters. This is the best bit gun. It's 18 inches now. It makes me super happy. I want to run these guys more and more. I'm thoroughly enjoying my painted Vespids, just because people have never seen Vespids before, and they're like, what is that? Is that a new unit? I'm like, No, it's a pewter model. Oh man, I have so much Tau crap. Sniper pulse, long shot pulse rifle. That's what it's called. With army-wide strength 5, sniper is pretty meh because you're wounding always on toughness 4, or you're always wounding on a 4. It's only really going to work against. To really benefit from that, you need to be firing against toughness 6, which is out there, and I understand that, and that is good for that, but not every army has access to that. So, because if you're shooting a strength 5, you know, your basic gun is wounding on a 4+ anyway, so it's like, meh. Once again, it's rapid fire at 48 inches, so you can rapid fire at 24, which is very fun. It's amusing, if nothing else. The only problem is the only unit that can get it is the sniper drone, so it's like, sad day. But still fun. I want to try that unit still. I just got to build a list around it. Pulse carbines are assault 2. That's awesome, because gun drones still have pulse carbine, and they're twin linked. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, especially against orcs and like even armor 11 flyers, it is so much fun. Hello. How's it going? You got a friend. Anyway, it is so much fun to shoot flyers with gun drones because they're twin linked, so you're re-rolling your 6s. I like twin link against flyers rather than Skyfire. The math works out better because you're not spending points specifically for one thing that may not even show up in the opponent's list. It generally does. I'm assuming later in the edition it'll become more valuable as more codexes get more flyers. So it'll be valuable later. It's not awesome now for Skyfire. What am I talking about? I'm talking about pulse carbines. They're awesome. By the way, this is how I'm outfitting my Fire Warriors and Devilfish now. The Devilfish ones, the guys inside Devilfishes take pulse carbines. And the guys that are standing back on the back objectives take pulse rifles. Pulse rifles because they're always shooting at 30 inches and that's really good. Pulse carbines for the guys in the fish because they're getting closer to the enemy and I still want to take the farthest away shots while taking the most shots possible. So if you take pulse rifles in Devilfish, when you get out, you have to be within 15 inches to double tap versus 18 inches with the pulse carbines. You're getting really close, so you gotta kill them anyway to not get charged because that's a bad thing. Especially since you're probably going to be on your own in Devilfish. So that extra 3 inches could make the difference. You just don't want to tempt fate anyway. So once again, the whole Overwatch thing, it's a little bonus, but it's not something to be relied on. What am I on now? Pulse Bomb. I've already talked about that. Strength 5, AP 5. Really, we need more Strength 5. It's great. Rail Rifle. Rail rifles are fun, they make me laugh. Where is it in this? Oh, rail rifle. Strength 6, AP 1. Those go on the Pathfinders, and I already talked about that with Pathfinders. You don't want them because you're buying Pathfinders from marker lights. I wish, because that's what sniper drones had before. If they had Strength 6, AP 1 now instead of their sniper rifle, I'd gladly change that, even though it's 30 inches. Still worth it. I wish the sniper drones could still have that. But I'm still fine with the sniper rifles. The heavy rail. This is a terrible tank weapon. And this is what goes on the broadsides. And I've already covered this. And if I haven't convinced you yet, basically this is what you're doing. You are paying 65 points for a missile launcher. How often do your missile launchers pen vehicles? I understand this is AP 1, but you got to get to the pen first to make that worth anything. So how much does your one missile launcher kill tanks? That's my biggest problem with these guys. One shot is not good enough. If it was heavy 2, I'd feel much better about it. And here's one of my new favorite guns, the Smart Missiles. 30 inches now. They were 24 before. Smart Missiles, if I could take it on more things, I would. It is 30 inches, so it's got longer range. I just don't need line of sight anymore, and it flat out ignores cover. Last edition, it ignored line of sight provided cover. So like Venom Thropes, Big Mechs, and being in area terrain, you still got cover saves from the Smart Missiles. You just don't anymore. It's like, if you got a 5+, you're just dead, and that makes me laugh. It's awesome. I like it. What's next? EMP grenades are now haywire. They're officially haywire. They're awesome. It is so much fun to charge a squadron of Leman Russes with a 12-man unit of Fire Warriors and just be like, dead. Makes me laugh. Are they great? Yes, situationally. They're 2 points, so they're cheaper now. They were 3 points last edition, and they worked worse last edition. I wouldn't give every unit EMP grenades. I might give like one of them to one of my Devilfish bound Fire Warriors just to be like, if you need it, and I have the extra points, here's a gift to go take care of that stupid Armor 14 that I'm having so much problems with dealing with now. What am I on now? Advanced targeting system. Ah, this is fun. It's adorable. It's if you have the extra points and you have the extra slot on your crisis suits, this is totally worth it. It's 3 points to give you precision shots. And while that it's not great, it's amusing nonetheless. It's like, especially if you're playing against Imperial armies or even Eldar. It's really fun. I played against Eldar with my missile pod suits, and I gave them to him because why not? It was fun. It was adorable. And I was just shooting at his aspect warriors, and I'm like, oh, that's a 6. And put that on your Exarch. Kill the Exarch. And it was fun. Like, if nothing else, it's amusing. If you have the points and you want to giggle, it's good. Is it amazing? No. Because precision's still kind of hit and miss. To make it work really well, though, you get twin-linked weapons, because then you just have more chances of getting 6s, especially on skill 3, because you're only hitting half anyway, and then you get to roll again for more 6s. So only take this with twin-linked weapons. I wouldn't take it with single weapons, because then it's just not great. The chances are even less of getting precision. Oh, by the way, it increases your precision shot to a 5+ if you already have precision, so it's not bad. Still not great, but it's still amusing for 3 points. So if you have extra points and you want to giggle, this is totally worth it. Black Sun filters are still awesome. By the way, we get them for free. That blew my mind, because it's like, that was always an extra slot, and you just only took it on your one team leader because you could, and now you just get it for free. Same with the multi-tracker. This explodes possibilities and choices for your crisis suit. It's crazy. It's as crazy as it is in the fluff. Ooh. Friends? Oh, no friends. I'm all alone. It's just you guys. Right now you're just a camera, and I'm just talking to myself. But it'll be you eventually. Multi-trackers. Yeah! So you get them for free. It doesn't even take up a hard point anymore. It makes me smile. So I love crisis suits, all that much more. Drone controllers are awesome. Drone controllers let whoever has the drone controller, if they have drones in the unit, here I'll just read it. All gun drone, marker drones, and sniper drones in the same unit as a model with the drone controller uses the bear ballistic skill instead of their own. And if there's more than one, use the highest ballistic skill. So that means you can take your commander, which is ballistic skill 5, and give him a drone controller and stick him in a unit of marker drones, and you have ballistic skill 5 marker drones that move around. They're crazy. It's an expensive unit, but it is a more reliable way to get marker lights if you need them, which I'm still not convinced is an automatic include in every army. What am I on next? The early warning overdrive, just because people ask me about it all the time, I don't love it. Not really at all, even for 5 points. Because here's the problem. Sure, if a flyer comes in, you'd be like, I got missile pods, I'm gonna shoot you down. I still need 6s to hit, and then I can't shoot that weapon next turn. And to make it really effective against flyers with crisis suits, you have to twin link. So there's your 3 systems right there. It's, you know, most likely the missile pod. It could be fusion blasters if you're really close to them. But you shoot that, and you might get a hit, and you might do it, and it's actually got a good probability. It's a fairly good one against flyers. But then you sit there for a turn, because you can't fire the same gun in your turn. So I'm not crazy about it. It's a friend. It's Sean!
Whoa!
Hey, what's up, Sean? I have a friend now.
You do have a friend.
I have a friend.
You've got a friend in me.
Uh-huh. How's it going?
We were listening. I think my chair is like shorter than yours. All right.
Okay.
No, that's fine. No, actually, your head is actually bigger than mine. Wow, this isn't the usual. Hey, Tantoy, where are we going?
Uh-huh.
Hey, so listen, the guys are taking me out to lunch.
Okay.
So you have to come. You have to come.
Never say no to free food
That's
unless
right.
it's from a street vendor.
That's right. So, yep.
We'll be
All
back
right,
then.
so we're talking about Tau.
Uh-huh.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right, good.
We're
Well,
on.
why don't you keep going, and then we'll grab you when we're ready.
Cool.
So yeah, I can't wait to do a Tau army.
I'm excited. All right. Whoops.
Yeah, now that they host my Zinch army, I have all my Zinch demons collected. And then it was like, oh, they're just bad. They're just so bad in both versions. Why?
Oh, they're bad in fantasy too?
Well,
I saw them in
not as
40K.
bad, but if warp fire were a flaming attack, the warp flame thing.
Even if it was flaming and gave them all the benefits too, it'd still be better than what they are. Yeah.
All right, off I go then.
Oh, yeah. His poor Zinch army, it got crushed before it was built. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was built and then it just got crushed anyway. And that's for a different video. Zinch, Mono Zinch struggles really hard in 40K. Where were we? CDS, Counterfire Defense System. Oh, right, the little Overwatch trick. I don't like it because I've already explained Overwatch to you. I don't like it because you're getting charged, and that's always a bad thing with Tau. There's never really a good time to get charged. Unless it's like 5 orcs and you've got flamers. Then that's fun, but people aren't generally that dumb to do it. I don't like this because it only affects the model that has it. If you could like give it to your leader and then say, hey, give it to the rest of the unit, we're all firing on Ballistic Skill 2, then it'd be fun. But as it only affects the one unit, or the model carrying it, I'm not crazy about it. Marker lights. Ooh, here's the thing that everybody's, man, I wonder what time we're at. I'll probably make a note to say, skip to this if you want to hear about my thoughts about marker lights. Marker lights, they're pretty much the same as before. They're heavy 1, they're 36, and they have target acquire, which pretty much works the same as before, except it affects crew and Vespid now, no matter what. Anybody in this book can use it, no allies. Pinpoint is exactly the same as before. 1 marker token for everything, gives you +1 more ballistic skill. It's always good. The cover save reduce, I'm on the fence about it. It pretty much works the same as before because you have to expend 2 marker lights to get rid of, and it just negates the cover save. How it was before is for every 1 marker light, it reduced the cover save by 1. And since everything is generally gravitated towards 5+ covers in this edition, it's basically the same with situational goodness. Aegis Defense Line is the most notable one because now you're just like, I don't care if you go to ground or not behind it because you don't get a save, period. And it really only works against things that have gone to ground, but if they've gone to ground already, they're not doing anything next turn, so you don't really care about them. There's other things they're bigger priority targets gunning down at you than the guys who just got pinned, and so it's very situational. It's pretty much the same as before. People keep trying to talk it up, and I'm like, when you look at it how it was before compared to now, where this edition is versus the situation that you would be using it in, it's about even. It's pretty much exactly the same. And seeker missiles are awful for tanks. That's what I wrote. I warmed up to it more, but here's the reason why I don't like it for seekers. If you fire a seeker missile with the marker light, it must be fired at the same target as the vehicle's other weapons. That's what I don't like about it. So if you've got a devilfish who's supporting some fire warriors over here, because there's guys around here like, I've got 8 shots, I'm going to try and kill all these guys, but you have marker lights on a plane and you have seeker missiles on that devilfish, you can't help support the fire warriors anymore. So it's kind of a limitation. Overall, in my opinion, of marker lights is they got slightly worse because last edition or last book, you could what was the other thing they could do? You could ignore Night Fight with them, which is awesome. I mean, generally you don't need it anymore because black sun filters pretty much do that job for you. But it was there, especially for like fire warriors. If it was very situational and it rarely showed up, but it was an option. Once again, what I wanted in this book. You could, it was a past target priority test, which was a 4th edition rule, so don't even worry about that one. Or you could -1 leadership to a pinning check, and that's still a big thing in this book. And I'm kind of sad about that. It was very situational once again, but it was choices. So overall, their marker lights are still good, but in my opinion, from the last book, they got slightly worse. Yeah, I mean, they're still good. Let's see here. The pulse bomb generator. It can run out. That's so lame. I kind of talked about it earlier, but the fact that it can run out and you're paying so many points for this to work, and 1 dice, especially early in the game, just destroys it. It's like, well, now I have a worthless tank. A flyer, a worthless flyer. I mean, it's not, a missile pod is not going to scare anyone. And the interceptor drones aren't going to scare anybody too bad. And don't forget, it has a marker light. Whoopty, 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 whoopty. But it has 2 seeker missiles that it can fire at itself. Fire from itself. So does the fighter, by the way. And that's awesome, because it's just like that extra little punch to shoot at flyers. Because you don't have to have marker lights to shoot them anymore. Because that was something that it said. Alright, suit. I want you guys to see this. Look. It was all crazy. Oh, is it backwards? I don't know. Anyway, suits. It's like, holy cow, they all have, what does that say? I can't even read that. Multi-trackers. Man, that's bad when you can't even read your own handwriting. Man, that bugs me. Anyway, so I was freaking out that they had multi-trackers. And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then I read it, and they can have black sun filters. It's so cool. It's just crazy because it's hard points you're not taking up. You don't have to use them. You're not paying for them, but they still provide the same awesome effect. Oh, black sun filters actually got better because now you are immune to blind. I haven't really run into anything with blind yet. It's not a rule I've ever come across, but when it does, I will be immune to it. It'll be fun. And stealth suits are pretty much exactly the same as before. Recon armor is awful, as I've mentioned several times. Plus, I love the artwork on this page. Have you seen it? This is so cool. Look at this. You got the little fire warrior here in the stealth suit, the crisis suit. And this crisis suit, in game-wise, does absolutely nothing different, but it definitely says, look, here's my HQ. Fear him. Plus, the model's really cool. I'm hit and miss about the new broadside. I'm not crazy about it. Here's the Riptide, which, meh, I've shared my feelings with that. And here's Longstrike, this cute little adorable thing. I wish they'd shown Shadow Sun since they showed Longstrike, because I like Shadow Sun. I think she's cool. What are we on next? Oh, vehicles. The auto repairs. It could be good if you have the points. It doesn't fix hull points, but it's like Grot Riggers, except worse. I think Grot Riggers are on a 4+, I'm not sure. But it's only on a 6. It fixes a immobilized result or a destroyed weapon. So it's good on your hammerheads. If you have the points, it's not great. It's something if you just have. That's the other thing. There's a lot of items in here. It's like, if you have extra points, throw them on. So it's very choices. It's very to taste on what extra little, I'll throw you a bone kind of options. Because there's a lot of them in here. They're not great, but there's choices, which is good. I love choices. Advanced target lock, vehicles with precision is funny. The one that I see, the vehicle that I see benefiting from this the most is piranhas, because of their volume of shots and their ability to just be everywhere. It makes me laugh. They're really expensive though. It's 10 points, and the point of piranhas, they're dirt cheap. So once again, if you have points, if you have a lot of points, if you have that many points, you should actually be buying something else. But if you have points, throw them on a unit or throw them on a vehicle and it could work. Once again, options, love them. Decoy launchers. While it's not crazy now because there's not that many things with interceptor, for your flyers it almost seems mandatory later as more things get interceptor. Let's see here, because how it reads is a vehicle with decoy launches a 4+ vulnerable saves against glancing and penetrating hits caused by weapons with the interceptor special rule. And this actually really bugs me that GW did this, because it can be read of two ways. It can be, if you have the interceptor rule on your profile, I get a 4+ save against it no matter what. And, you know, that's one way to read it. The other way to read it is if I used interceptor, then you get a 4+ save. So let's say someone has a missile launcher with interceptor. I'm not sure if you can do that yet or not. But let's say you don't use interceptor in your turn because you want to shoot it during your turn in case there's another target I want to shoot at or something. So I'm not using the interceptor rule. So do you get your 4+ save? Because it says, do you see where I'm coming with that? It can be read one of two ways. It's kind of how I saw it. What are your thoughts on that? Leave a comment. So I'm like, it'll probably be pretty mandatory for your fighters later in 6th. Right now, it's not crazy. I think it's only like 5 points too, so it's not bad. Point defense system, targeting relay. Oh yeah, that's the Overwatch thing. Not great anyway, because the drones, I'm still kind of unsure if they can Overwatch, because rules as written, they can. But if we play rules as written for everything, it makes my bomber completely worthless. So it's kind of... the only one that really benefit from the point defense targeting relay is the Devilfish, because they're usually running with things. Is that the end of my notes? Nope. Signature systems. That'll be the end of it. Man, this video's long. Sure hope Sean breaks it up. That or you're going to be sitting here for a long time looking at my ugly mug. Signature system. Command and control nod. It's good if ethereals or fireblades can get them. Oh, seriously? Yeah, that thing's awesome. I love that thing. And here's the combo that I found is really effective with it. You take a commander, an HQ commander, give him a, what is it called? Drone controller, and you give him this. And you stick him in a unit with drones. So basically, you have ballistic skill 5 that are hitting on 2+ marker lights, and you get to reroll the ones. You're basically guaranteeing however many marker drones you have in that unit, that's how many marker lights you're going to get. Pretty good. I like it. Why did I say good? Oh yeah, because ethereals don't shoot anyway. You have to give up your shooting to make this work. That's why you don't take any weapons on your commander, which you don't have to. Options, choices, love it. What do we got next? Multi-spectrum sensor suit. Great if built for this item. So basically if you build for this item, once again Farsight, I mentioned that earlier, it's good. I like it. Ignore cover is always awesome. However, you cannot use the command and control nod and the multi-spectre suit in the same. Failsafe detonator is terrible because once again you have to be in close combat, which sucks. You have to die, which sucks worse, and then you don't really do much, which sucks even more. So it's like you just get worse and worse. You're like, It's exactly what you do with that item. That's your range of emotions with that. Let's see here. This one's on gear gauntlets. Oh my gosh! All I can think of when I see this is Captain Falcon from Super Smash Brothers. Falcon Punch. Just note that a lot of people have been saying that it works only against tanks because that's what the fluff says. It doesn't say that. It says during the fight subphase and model with an on-gear gauntlet, or as I'm just going to call it the Falcon Punch from now on, can opt to substitute all his...
All right.
We going? Okay,
that's cool. Time, folks. Don't worry. Whoa. Oh, you just have this set on there.
How's it
Wow. You know, I have a base for this. All right, off we go then.
All right. All right, we're back from lunch. It was very wonderful. It was wonderful, wonderful Indian food. Let's see here. So where were we? We were on signature systems. And which one did we just cover? We just did the multi-spectrum center suit. Oh yeah, no, the Falcon Punch. Okay, what was I saying about it? A lot of people have been saying, you know, it's only good for tanks. It's not. It says, let's see here. You can opt to sub out all his close combat attacks for a single strength 10 AP 1 attack. Now, granted, that is very optimal to do against tanks, but you're Tau, so You don't really want to be that close to tanks. But it's fun for like the one-off charge. You know, your guy challenges and you say, hey, eat this. It's fun. I hope you have an invulnerable save so you don't die instantly, hideously, terribly. It's always fun. Alright, so what is next? Oh, the neutral web system jammers. This is amazing. I like this one. It is at the start of each enemy shooting phase. A model with a neutral web system jammer can use it to target a single enemy unit within 12 inches. All shooting weapons get the get hot rule. John's here.
Speaking of gets hot.
Gets hot.
John just walked in.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's really awesome. Because it's like the one thing that I can really kind of see.
That would be a great blog name, a 40K blog name.
Gets hot.
Gets hot.
Gets hot.
That's fantastic. You get a lot of incidental traffic too. Okay, I'm going to move my head up a little further so our heads are the same size.
It's going to be back and forth.
Yeah, actually it's not. Hold on, let's get side by side. Yeah, your head's not that much bigger.
Cool.
Big heads unite!
Okay. Anyway, so no, I was talking about this new neutral web system jammer.
Awesome.
So this is the only thing that I can really like justify putting on a crisis suit unit that deep strikes, especially if they have like twin link melta guns, because our melta guns are now 18 inches, strength 8 AP1. So our melta range is 9 inches, so you can drop in, you can do that, and when you get the counter fire back, you can do that, and even if it's like Space Marine bolters, because each shot gets hot.
Oh, that is neat. So you make the opposing unit have the gets hot rule.
Mm-hmm.
You probably explained that already.
Well, no, I just started it.
That's really super. By the way, you're down to your last minute.
Oh, joyful.
That's what that little flashing thing is.
All right.
That's okay. We've got more. I'll be right back.
All right, so let's try and get this in really quick.
No. I'm going to just get another SD.
Okay. Stop it then.
There you go.
Okay, so we're just going to run it out. All right, so the PureTide Engram Nano Chip. At first, I thought this was like meh, because it only says start of the bear's movement phase, choose one of the special rules. It only affects that guy, and that's true, but some of these affect the entire unit if one model has it. So for instance, the really noticeable one is Tank Hunters. So Tank Hunter in the big rulebook says, if you, one model has this in a unit, everybody in the unit has it. So that's great for people with missile pods. Because you'll be able to glance, reroll. Tank Hunters, by the way, lets you reroll failed glance or pen hits. So that's really good for taking out vehicles. And it's not too expensive. I think it's only like 5 points or 15 points. That's a little expensive. It's totally worth it though.
Did I
think it's a little too low.
Is that?
No, it's just.
Oh yeah, that's where you want it to be.
Okay,
good.
cool.